I have a story for you. Okay. If you don't know, I'm getting married soon. So recently, I just went to Vegas for my bachelor party, and me and RC had a conversation. I had told him a story that happened, so I would like to share it with you guys. Okay. So I was at the Luxor late night. Late dinner, probably something like that, around 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, not a late dinner, but we were outside waiting for Uber, and a taxi pulls up, and this gentleman walks out of the Luxor. First off, had the worst tuxedo I've ever seen in my life. I think it had like checkers on it or something like that.
Yes, that's only in Vegas.
The gentleman had to be about close to his 60s, 65 maybe. White hair, old man, glasses, everything. Following him out of the Luxor was this 23, 24-year-old beautiful blonde-haired girl with the sexiest dress I've ever seen in my life. And, first thing, this guy, I look at that and I say, oh yeah, he's paying for it. Right? But then I wondered, if this young girl knows he has this money and she's with him for the money, I started thinking to myself, who's getting who? And it kind of comes down to our conversation here.
Well,
who's getting who?
First, I think we have to make a distinguish. Was if she was just a woman who works the night in Vegas, or if she was kind of with him in some sort of relationship.
Regardless of the fact, this girl was way out of his league.
Yeah,
I don't want to say, the guy might not have game or anything. I don't want to say that. I don't want to put the guy down and say he ain't got nothing to give. But, when you see things like that, you gotta question.
The story's right there. It's and it's nothing that people don't understand. And, obviously we know if she's a hooker or a prostitute, all right, you pay for the night and you're done. But what if she was one of those women who find older men and they're kind of dating or in a relationship because of the money, and he has the money, so he says, you know what, I want someone who's 25 or younger. You know what I mean? So like you said, who's playing who?
Who's playing who? That's the real question.
And I don't really know.
At it from a woman's point of view, if a woman, I'm not 100% because I am not a woman, but from what I would gather is if two girls walking down the street and they saw this beautiful young woman with this ridiculously older man that's out of her league, the first thing those girls are going to probably say is, look at that girl, she's winning for the money.
Oh, she's definitely out there for the money.
But if it was a guy's point of view and I'm looking at the same two couples walking down the street, I'm going to say, oh yeah, he's paying for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or good for him.
yeah, good for him. He's got the money. He's gonna have a great night. But then again, if you think about it, it almost has to be mutual.
Well,
because the young girl, like you said, knows he probably has money, knows she's gonna get a lot out of it, and she's probably gonna do something to get that money.
Yeah,
right?
she might. Yeah, she's probably gonna have to earn the money, I guess you could say.
Yeah, but she knows she's going to get paid.
Yeah, that's the thing.
So she's there like, okay, yeah, I can get this dude. I can take his money. But then you look at it from the other spectrum. Now you get into the man's head, and now he's like, yeah, I got money.
Yeah, super wealthy guy.
Super wealthy guy. I can get anybody I want with the money I got. So he's saying, yeah, I got money. I'm going to pay for this girl, but I'm going to get what I want.
Yeah.
So then you got to think, is he getting her? So which brings us to this conversation. Who's getting who?
Which honestly, I think the guy's getting the girl. And I say this because if you're a super wealthy guy and you got tons of money, like I said before, you can never have a date over 25. Yeah. Because you can.
Because you can.
You know what I mean? And we pay for everything with money. But the thing I think from the woman's side, she has to kind of give a part of herself up just for the money.
But
you see what I'm saying? Because as long as there's like no emotions to get it screwed up, that guy can see her for 3, 5, 6 months, and then he's done with her, and he can find someone else.
I get what you're saying, but now let's look at it from the woman's point of view. To her, I would believe it's nothing but a job.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
She's like, this is my job. I get paid to do this, so I'm going to do whatever I can, get the most money I can out of this guy.
Which is true, and I see that side. I see that point of view.
And I just want to make it clear before you say anything else. It's not a bad thing. Anybody who makes their money the way they make their money, God bless them if they're making money.
Oh yeah, who cares?
Yeah, we're not downgrading or saying anything bad about anybody's profession, which obviously they are great professions. I love their professions as well. You know.
Yeah, I mean,
strippers.
We're just trying to get an idea to kind of make sense of it.
To make sense of who's getting who, or to me, I'm at the point where it's mutual. They're getting each other. Yeah. They know what's going on.
And you kind of might be on something there because they both know, like you said, she's like, I'm getting paid for this, and obviously it comes down to the individual. It's not like, she's being forced to do it.
She knows what she's there for.
She knows
what she's there for.
If anything, the man's looking at it like I can buy anything, so I'm gonna buy her temporary love for, a night or a year, whatever the case may be.
True.
But now that all right, so she says, you know what, I can deal with it. It doesn't bother me. It's not a big deal because I'm winning on the other end of it.
Yeah.
I get a new car, maybe an apartment out of it.
Because it's not cheap.
Yeah, exactly. An apartment, maybe cheap. Some, Louis Vuitton stuff.
Yeah. She knows she's getting what she's getting paid for, and probably some extra perks as well.
Yeah, of course she's gonna ask for it. But now let's say you're in this for, I don't know. Let's say you're in it for 7 months, and you're the female, and you're thinking, am I the first one, or am I like the third or fourth one? So now, in her mind, is you play the game till it's over, because it's probably going to end, knowing this guy's track record.
See, and that's a stupidity.
Or do you try to hook this dude?
And that's the stupidity thing with where I see it. I'm like, if you're going to do this for the money, then let it be for the money. If you're doing this for 7 to 8 months and trying to get into a relationship, just the way the whole thing started, it's not gonna work.
No, it's not gonna work. and I think the guy, if he's paying, if he's he's paying her, not so much like, hey, we're hanging out, but he's hooking her up. She's getting paid for it in a sense.
Yes.
He probably has the idea of like, well, when I'm tired with this,
I'm gonna get the next
I'm gonna move on. But now, now on her side, she's thinking, well, what if I don't find another rich guy?
Listen, women,
what if I'm getting too old?
Pretty Woman was just a movie. Pretty Woman was just a movie.
But there are women out there like that have.
It usually doesn't happen like that.
It doesn't. And most women usually find, not most women, but the women who do this, who are attracted to that kind of money, they usually get lucky once, maybe twice. Yeah. Now there are a very small amount of women who do this. I don't want to use the word professionally, but have been doing it for a long time. And
they know what they're doing.
Are good at what they do.
Yes.
But that's not the case for all of them. Mm-hmm. So if you're just a regular girl and you're thinking, okay, I met this millionaire, we're having a good time, eventually he's going to want to get rid of me. Do you just take whatever you gained and walk away? But now you can't, because you have an apartment, you have a car. Whatever the case may be,
able to pick up that task.
That's what I'm saying.
So they have to jump to the next one.
If they can, but if they can't, what's the first thing they do? They're going to try to hook this guy. Either get him to marry her, or most of the time it's usually pregnancy, if possible. If obviously, it all depends on the gentleman, but
then. You got to look at the third, then as you're getting this far into it, you got to look at the third aspect, which is the Amber Heard aspect, where am I just doing this to get him?
Yes, and that's so when you ask that question, who's getting who? It depends on the mindset of both the people. Like if the woman is thinking what you just said, then she's probably the one who's going to win, or the one who's making out better, because I'm going to get him. But at the same time, most men who have that much money are not foolish. So it's not like, oh, she might love me. No, they know what they're doing.
Everybody's got that one friend where you go to the strip club and he thinks the stripper loves him.
Yeah. Oh God.
So this is kind of that
But usually men with that kind of money don't think like that. They know why she's there, especially if you're not all men are attractive, and this is a very...
Not all rich men are attractive.
Yeah,
exactly.
and if this is a very rich man who's very unattractive, he knows what the deal is. It's not like he's stupid. It's not like he's probably, if he's
done it
60,
before.
65, he's done it before. Exactly.
Before.
So now you have this woman who's like, well, that's my target. You know what I mean? And he's like, you know what? Yeah, I'm a target. Let's have fun.
And see where it goes.
Here's a few bucks, which probably doesn't even hurt his wallet.
It's money stuffed under the couch.
He gets what he wants,
Yeah.
and then he moves on.
And he moves on.
You know what I mean? But as a woman in that position, or that type of woman, I want to say.
Because you got to be a certain type of woman.
Yeah.
You just want to
You don't want to give up your meal ticket.
Just giving up everything that makes you a woman just for money. I mean, it's hard, and like I said, I don't downplay anybody who.
Well, it's that meal ticket, and let me tell you this, because I know this from experience. From when I was in my early 20s, I used to run a strip club down in Florida, and I had women that were dancing there for, I don't know, a few years. I had an older woman who was in her 40s. Most of them, they're like 20s, maybe early 30s. Well, I would have new girls come in and apply for jobs who were, 18, 19, 20. And they're like, well, I'm only doing this. I hear this all the time, too. I'm only doing this to get money for school.
Yes.
And
that's how it starts.
And and you can kind of judge a book by the cover when they walk in. If you can tell they're skanky or not skanky, you're like. So I was like, to some of them, I'm like, you don't want to do this job. This job is going to get you nowhere but trouble. No, I'm just going to do it for a little while. Well, they get out there, they're working for a week or 2 weeks, and they're making more than most people make in a month.
Literally, they do.
You can't.
And depending on where you are,
that meal ticket's there now.
It's great money.
So they get a good car, good apartment, and now it's instead of expecting to see them for maybe 3 or 4 months, now it's a year and a half later and they're still there.
Yeah.
Because they build up these connections, relationships, these contacts, these customers.
What do they call the sugar daddies?
Yeah, and they come to the realization.
It makes it easier for them.
They do, and they come to the realization. They think, well,
do this forever.
you know how much money I can make doing this instead of going to school and punching the clock?
Yeah, literally. I mean, I've like, as of RC, I've also dated a few. I haven't ran a strip club. I dated a few strippers, and the amount of money they can make in one night.
It all depends.
I wish I could be out there shaking my ass because it is phenomenal.
It also depends on the strip club too. If you have a good strip club,
we're from we're born and raised up north, New York, New Jersey, which if you get into the right strip club in New York, New Jersey,
you can make a ton of
money. A ton of money, just like in Vegas. Yes. If you get to the good ones, you're gonna make a ton of money. And the girls that go to the real established strip clubs are the ones that make great money but aren't skanky.
Yes, because
they know they got a good deal going on.
They've turned it into a business.
Yes.
And in a sense, like, I applaud that. You know what I'm saying?
That's perfect. If you know you can go out there and make thousands and $1,000s a night and still walk in with your head up because you know you didn't do nothing you didn't have to do out of the norm. You just got up there, danced, got off the stage, went home, and you're banking.
But, with me, running that strip club for those years, I was in a circuit. Like, I knew 10, 15 strip club owners. We all talk to each other. And, some of those girls, they get into that, they fall into that trap and they start becoming drug addicts. They start doing dirty things. They get fired from one place for doing something because they were going to make a few extra bucks and then went somewhere else. So, it takes a woman who's got that mindset of a business.
Yeah, you got to be strong because
and not fall into that life.
Fall into that type of
stripper life. Yeah,
it doesn't go anywhere.
Because I've seen some bad shit, man.
Yeah, I mean, you do so much for shit that you would never do if you were sober.
Yeah,
I mean, when drugs come into it, people do stupid.
Oh, I've seen a lot of things in my time. And it's
you always gotta keep your head straight up.
But I also know those women who come in who know what they're doing. They work. Like, I know this one girl, I won't say her name. Great dancer for one. Got tons of customers. Mm-hmm. She would come. She'd work, on my strip club for like 6 months, and then she'd leave.
Because that was good. That was good.
Go work somewhere else.
Yeah.
Because what she was doing is she was building clientele in different parts of the city, in different areas. So then, wherever she went, she could say, hey, I'm over here now. And she's pulling those customers and pulling those customers. And then eventually, maybe a year and a half, she'd come back and and there'd be 30 more people.
Yeah. I mean, like I said,
coming to see her.
You have to be got to have that mindset. Just like RC said, I dated also a woman that was a stripper, but made her stripper career into Super Bowl parties, upper class partying clientele. Where if you're gonna have a party with your guys, you call, and it's confirmed business. She's sending the girls over there. They're not doing anything crazy ridiculous. They're getting their money. She's got business cards.
That's the thing.
She's a businesswoman, and from what she had started as and to what she would finish before I had left was incredible.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I mean, from stripper to business owner. Like, she wasn't even part of the parties. She had her clients. She had her workers that did that for her. She booked it, sent them out, and she made a business out of it.
So, she made a business. And, if you ask most women and you bring this conversation up with a woman or they happen to see it, they'll think, oh, she's a skank, she's a slut.
You're going to have those
It's only because you're hating, because either you can't do it.
I wish I could shake my ass for money, guys.
Or you don't have... or you just don't have the gall to do it.
Yeah, women are beautiful creatures, and
listen, they are their toughest critics to each of them.
Yes,
women are, very brutal to each other.
Very,
especially if they get double crossed something, but they're very.
Yeah, they're cutthroat. They're in that business where they want to be the best, and I applaud that.
Yeah, and with those type of guys, like they would come into the strip club all the time. High rollers, you know what I mean, and
you get some assholes.
And they would get people, after the club's closed, they'd have after parties and stuff like that.
Everybody knows about the party after the party.
And he'd come in, a couple of them, but I know I'm thinking of this one guy particularly. He'd come in, he'd come in for lunch every day, and he'd stay for like 2 hours. He'd drop at least 300, 400, 500.
He must have a good job.
Day.
Just for lunch.
And all the girls knew he was coming in, so they couldn't all, bombard him.
Yeah,
he had his favorites.
Yeah.
And that was that, you know what I mean? But he came in and he was always, but he knew, and he had other places he would go, also at nighttime, you know what I mean? So, now I'm thinking about it, he was probably one of those guys who had, who would pay for his, companionship.
Yeah, he had his own company.
And he didn't care, because it's not like he's falling in love with any of these.
I know, and
as long as that emotion is not in there.
As long as you get the emotion out of
That's the thing. Because if the emotion gets in there and you're literally paying for companionship, and you get, oh, I want to marry this girl, you're already on the wrong track.
Yeah, and like I said before, everybody has that one friend that thinks the strippers they love him. And
I love this place. Oh, you see her, dude? She loved me.
They're all over me.
Yeah, how much money you spent? Only $300. Yeah.
I'm in love with a stripper.
That's why she loves you.
Yeah.
Because you gave her $300.
He's like, oh my gosh, she loves me. Can I borrow some more money? Why? She took all of it already? Yeah. Everybody's got that one friend.
The nice to see guys go, guys come in and if they stay for a while, they would get drunker and drunker, and they make 5-6 trips to the ATM.
Oh, yeah. The worst part is that there's an ATM in the place.
That's the thing. And you know what's good about our ATM? We had it didn't say the name of our bar.
No, that's what usually they don't.
We had a different name.
We know you married people. We'd see a different.
Yeah.
That's how they always were. When they went to the
came
back
out as
room.
Sports bar.
Yeah,
that's what it came up as.
Go to the back room and you use your credit card.
Yep.
Yeah, it does not come up as strip club.
Yeah, it doesn't come up with that. So smart clubs do that.
Strip club owners.
Because they figured, because that's how you ruin things and.
Yeah, because once the wife or the girlfriend sees the statements, then
you don't need them showing up.
That guy that just spent fucking $700.
His mortgage payment.
Gone. He's not coming back.
Spent his mortgage payment on destiny. You know what I mean?
He's either not coming back or he'll be there a whole lot more after he gets divorced.
I think, and I would say, obviously it comes down to the actual situation and the
and
individuals.
The type of person that these people are.
But a generality, I think they kind of probably both win.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the question was who's winning. At the end of the day, who's winning? And to me, it's a coin flip. I think it's all mutual. The one man should know he's going to have to pay for that. The one woman knows she's going to have to do something to get that money. And they're together anyway. So, I mean, at the end of the day...
Yeah, because if you look at it, think from a woman's point of view, she's like, what am I have to do? I might have to have sex with this guy. Well, you know what? You could be at the bar drinking with your girlfriends, and meet some dude who's, making, not a lot of money at all, and go home with him. And then leave the next morning, get nothing out of it.
So the smart thing would be is, let me get something for giving something.
Yeah, I mean, it's,
that's the way the world works, man.
He wants to parade you around.
Yeah, trophy wives.
He wants to have a trophy. He goes to places, you're there, you dress nice.
And I tell my fiance all the time, I'm the trophy husband. So, I know how that goes. But for real. Now, I mean, if you guys, I would love to hear what you guys think about this conversation. Because, again... I'm 50-50 with it. I mean, at this point, you really can't say the man's winning because he's giving up money, and you can't say the woman's winning because she's giving up something for the money. So I feel like it's a wash, negated.
it is because as long as it stays within those lines, because I've heard conversations where you got these guys, when you're chasing women, obviously if you have money, you don't really have to chase women.
No, they will.
You know what I mean? You'll find, and they come too. Yeah. And if that's your thing, then that's your thing. You know what I mean? Because there's women out there who obviously, go down for this. And one of the best places to find how this works is Vegas.
Yeah, and like I said, the other question is, who do you think started who? What do you think started the conversation? You think the guy walked up to the girl and said, hey, let me buy you a drink? Or the girl's like, hey, you buy me a drink there, honey?
It's simple as that, and it's like, and then already, if you've already been in this game for a long time, you already
know what happens.
You understand.
It's like it's like the way, it's like when you go out. You know if you're gonna get lucky or not.
Yeah.
And if you've done it enough, you'll see the signs.
Of course.
And within 10 to 20 minutes, you'll be like, oh, all right, I know what's going on tonight.
And it's crazy because we sit here and analyze like this scenario, the guy with the money and the woman, because it's very rare that it's the other way around.
Yeah.
Now I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it happens, but nowhere near as much as it does with, men with money and women, other than women with money and young men.
Well, and that would be another conversation because I've heard a lot in Vegas already when I was there that.
In a place like that,
the wives that are divorced, the divorced wives down there, they can party as well.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean,
that's
true. That's true too. But I'm talking, and in Vegas, there's no rules, and
no
the sky's the limit.
You
know what I mean?
Everything in Vegas.
But I'm talking about the rich guy who lives in New York City, who's, got this 25-year-old, or the rich woman who lives in LA and has got her boy toy.
Yeah. It happens, guys. I mean, once you get to a point where, once you get to a point where you have all this money, you've done it all. Yeah, you try something different.
I think, and then the person receiving
if you can do it, kudos to you.
That's true. Yeah. You're like, listen, I got a cash cow. I got something good going here.
Yeah, I mean, shit. Like you said, if a woman's got money, and she can go in and play around.
Yeah.
That's where that movie Loverboy, if anybody remember, well, you guys are probably too young to remember Loverboy.
In the 80s?
Yeah, sorry.
Is that what
that was the pizza guy, the pizza delivery kid.
Who was the actor in that?
I don't remember. You're going to make me look it up. But it was a great movie.
I'm thinking of, was it Patrick Dempsey?
Yeah, it was one of those guys. But again, great movie.
Yeah, I remember I don't remember really how much about that movie, but I think I want to.
I remember it. Extra anchovies. Extra anchovies. That was the code. Extra anchovies meant that he was going over there to have sex.
Yeah, see, that would be, and most men growing up, that would be what men were like. Hey, I wish I could come across something like that. You know what I mean? Like I wish that was me working there, and women with money calling me up.
Of course.
That's.
That doesn't happen to guys.
No, it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen to guys.
No,
but for women, for some women, it's a reality. I mean, listen, it's nothing worse than what half of these people do on Patreon or what's the other site they go on?
Which?
Where you pay. Not Patreon.
Yeah, Craigslist.
No,
they do Craigslist.
Not what's the other one called? Not Patreon. It's called something else. It's I can't remember the name of it. The private website.
No,
or app.
Sorry, I do not know. Yep, Patrick Dempsey. I just had to confirm.
What the heck is the name of that?
And Kirstie Alley was in it too.
Kirstie Alley, okay.
Yeah, that was a great movie. Great movie. Great movie, guys.
If
you want to watch a old romantic comedy, 1989, Loverboy. Great movie. And I know all the older women now love Patrick Dempsey. So why don't you go watch him when he was young? That was a great movie.
that's more of a that's definitely what guys would hope happened.
Oh,
what happened to them.
I love that to happen to me when I was young. Paperboy or something.
I'm still trying to think what the hell the name that is called. Not MySpace. What is it called again?
Oh yeah, MySpace was all about whoever had a MySpace knew if they were in a relationship, you were in trouble. If you had a MySpace page, and that's how bad it was back then. I had a MySpace page for like a month, I believe, and that was.
I never had one of those. I mean, that only lasted so long anyway.
Well, like I said, you could still go on Craigslist and find them.
Yeah, you go on Craigslist.
You can do that.
Obviously,
Backpage. I think there's a backpage.com that they do all that. Please don't
I mean, you also have what is it called, Tinder now, or is it Tinder or something?
Grindr,
all these other dating apps where you're doing this because you want to, and you're not making.
And all these apps are just taking the fun out of all of it.
That's what I'm saying.
When I was young, we used to just go out.
So how is that better than going and meeting random people and just having fun? Or going and meeting someone with money.
Well, nowadays with these
and
apps, you don't know who you're meeting. That's the problem I have with it. You see a picture of a beautiful woman and you go, it's not even who it is. And then you got to worry about even if you're going to get robbed or not, murdered. People
there's a few stories on that. People.
There's a lot of stories about people showing up to dates, blind dates, and
it's crazy.
And
but that's the chance you take. So I think actually finding yourself a rich old man is probably the safest way to go.
They don't do that no more. You people don't go out of the house anymore.
That's the safest way to go.
Everything. Why you think Catfish, that show on MTV, is so popular?
Yeah.
That's so popular because people actually fall for that.
I know.
Incredible.
And even though that show's been out for a long time, and everybody knows.
I mean, you just got at that point. You just got to be dumb.
And it still goes. It still happens. People still know what it's called.
Make good decision, people. Like I like to say, do more, be more. Granted, you're not on this earth for very long, so do your best to be your best self. We want everybody to be their best self and be safe out there. That's all we're doing. And if you guys like the conversation, hit a like, hit a share. It's free to subscribe.
It is free to subscribe. And if you know what app I'm talking about, where people, go on there.
Comment, but don't go on it.
The people that that you pay for subscriptions. I'm trying to remember what it is. It's popular. It's a popular app.
No, I don't know the app.
It's not Patreon. It's something else. But I can't remember the name of it.
We'll get some information, and next episode, I'm pretty sure he'll find the answer.
Yeah, so put it in there. Someone's gonna let me know.
Or if you guys know, leave it in the comments so we don't have to see the smoke come out of RC's ears. Trying to remember it right now.
I can't believe I remember this.
It's gonna bother him. It's gonna bother him.
It is. I'm gonna wait for a comment though before I do some searching. So I know I'll find it if I search, but I wanna.
We want to hear who's listening.
Yeah, I want to see you guys. Let me know.
And again, thanks for showing up and then watching. And again, just smash those like buttons. And we'll be here next time with a different conversation so we can open it up for you. All right, guys? Anything else?
No, that's it for me.
He's already thinking about what it is. So we'll see you guys on the next turn, all right? I'll see you there. I'll see you at another time.
See you later.
Later.